Today, I'm gonna be talking about one of my favorite One Piece arcs, Water 7 or Enies Lobby, whatever you want to call it. This arc was something else, man. The fights were peak. There were so many good moments in this arc, and today I think I'm gonna just talk about Lucci versus Luffy, and I'll explain who those two characters are. I'm pretty sure everybody knows who Luffy is already, the main character. I might have to explain his transformations and his powers. Yeah. So Rob Lucci, he's like a CIA agent for One Piece. He's like one of those. He's a secret agent and stuff, and he's an assassin and stuff, and he uses the leopard fruit. I made a video on that in Fruit Battlegrounds leopard, but yeah, he's a pretty nice villain. I'm not even gonna lie, probably one of my favorite pre-time skip villains. Luffy goes for a punch on Lucci, but then Lucci dodges the punch and impales Luffy, which is actually kind of insane. Then after that, pause, because there is absolutely no reason he should be licking his blood right now. What? There was no need to do that, bro. Yo, you're a freak, bro. Ain't no party like a Lucci party, I guess, bro. Oh, nah. And he grabbed Luffy by the head, bro. You is not no government agent. I know what you are. You're a freak, bro. You're trying to give it... Never mind, bro. But, let me calm down. But, bro... by the head is insane, bro. Why you grabbing him by the head, bro? That's kind of freaky, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. And you're a big buff leopard grabbing a tiny rubber man by the head? I think I know what type of man you are, Rob Lucci. Let me find out you're into that, pal. I'ma be so for real with y'all. Lucci versus Zoro was not a fight at all. It wasn't even close. Zoro got negged, bro. He got absolutely cooked by Lucci. It wasn't even... I'ma just play the clip, bro. Zoro got absolutely fried, and it was disgusting. So Lucci's just chilling in this room, and then Luffy straight jump scares him with the kick. Then Lucci blocks the kick. Then Luffy ducks down for the punch. Lucci blocks it. Wait, no, he doesn't. He tanks it. Then clashes with Luffy. Then punches Luffy in the face. Then goes for a kick, but Luffy dodges. They then meme mug each other. Then they clash. And this clash is low-key really nice. It was so clean they had to bring it back in the rematch, bro. Draw in the clash, and there's dust everywhere after they get knocked away from each other. Luffy looks like he got up first. However, Lucci is just chilling in the middle of the room. I don't know how he got there. Then he just rage baits Luffy. Luffy tackles him and throws him into a bunch of boxes. Then Luffy tries to make a run for it. But then Lucci comes in with the flying kick, which is insane. And then he poses on Luffy, which is also insane. Then Luffy throws a box at him to distract him. Then comes out with the Gum Gum Gatling. But Lucci's weave game is unmatched. Luffy blocks the punch. Then Lucci blocks the punch. Luffy blocks the barrage. Then Luffy blocks the kick. They meme mug each other. Then clash. Lucci dodges the kick. Lucci blocks the follow-up. Lucci elbows Luffy straight up into the uppercut. Lucci dodges the kick. Lucci breakdances and up tilts Luffy. Lucci rage baits Luffy again.
No, easy.
Luffy tries to tackle, then goes for a Gum Gum Bazooka. Luffy clashes with Lucci. Luffy loses the clash. Luffy slingshots into a barrage. Luffy runs up and they clash again. Lucci kicks Luffy into more boxes. Luffy recovers. Luffy goes for a barrage. Luffy bites Lucci. Lucci kicks Luffy into a command.
Get over here!
Lucci then licks his own blood, which is after Lucci is done obsessing over blood, Luffy hits him with another jump scare. Luffy does a flying kick, Lucci dodges the follow-up. Lucci shows off his vert before kicking the rings out of Luffy. Luffy tries dipping again, but Lucci is on that. Lucci gut checks Luffy, sending him flying back. Luffy gets up in this goofy stance. Luffy charges in and they clash again. Lucci front kicks Luffy. Luffy gets up swinging. Lucci effortlessly leaves. When Lucci grabs Luffy's arms and swings him around. Luffy tries another barrage into the triple kick combo, but it's countered. Then Luffy goes for another Gatling. They then clash again. Luffy goes for a gum pistol, he airballs. Lucci then roundhouses the mess out of Luffy, right into the Falco knee. Lucci gets real close to the camera. Luffy then grabs him and attempts to suplex Lucci. Lucci kicks off the air to slam Luffy. They exchange hits before Luffy gets countered. Luffy gets up in Gear 2 this time, punching the mess out of Lucci. Luffy then hits the iconic pose, letting the audience know he's about to get active. Now, if you don't know what Gear 2 is, it's basically Luffy's first transformation where he does this pose so he can like pump leg, bum, so he can pump blood through his body faster. And since he's made out of rubber, that's not a problem for him. So, when he pumps his blood faster, it effectively makes him like stronger and like significantly faster, which like essentially acts as a transformation for him, which is what Gear 2 is.
Round 2, fight.
So Lucci's just laying there angry that Luffy hit him that freaking hard. And it's low-key just like when you're play fighting with your siblings, but then one of y'all hit each other too hard and now the other one gotta get back, so a fight finna break out. I hate when that junk happen, bro. So Lucci get up completely lost, looking like he just got up for school and he was late. But then he finally decides to lock in and immediately goes full leopard form, showing us he means business this time. Luffy's just standing there with his head down, ignoring Lucci transforming, and Lucci don't like that one bit. So Lucci immediately goes for the kill, trying to stab Luffy in the head with his claws. However, Luffy's just chilling above Lucci right now. And Luffy got Lucci looking goofy. Also, I keep getting their names mixed up, bro. It's so annoying. Why are their names so similar, bro? So naturally, since Lucci is wide open right now, Luffy takes a shot. But then they're both out of stamina now. So like they're both like tired as freak. But like neither of them want to give up because, you know, their circumstances right now. Luffy hits the Gear 2 pose again, and then Lucci just mean mugs him, and then they just start fighting again. Luffy tries to snipe Rob Lucci with the punch, but then it only grazes Rob Lucci. Then Luffy kicks Rob Lucci to the wall, and they just start talking for some reason. And then Lucci tries stabbing Luffy multiple times, but Luffy weaves. Then he jumps in the air and tries stomping Lucci out, but Lucci evades, I think. I don't know, maybe. Looks like he just got hit. Lucci then throws some boxes at Luffy so he can get up without getting punished. Then he dusts off the fit again. Like, bro, we see the fit. And then Luffy just holds this why I oughta behind stance. Then they clash, and Lucci loses the clash. Then Lucci dashes over to Luffy. Luffy dodges. Luffy punches him. And now they're just sitting there again, you know. And Luffy's Gear 2 ran out, which is pretty bad. And Lucci, since he's, you know, a villain, he floods the room there. And basically, since both of them have devil fruits, neither of them can swim. After Lucci does that stage change, they stare at each other for a little bit before going in, and they just start going crazy, bro. Throwing mad hands. I'm gonna have to slow this down. First they exchange blows, then they clash elbows, Luffy lands a hit after. Then Lucci gets back with the punch, Luffy gets his guard broken, he recovers, then they clash again. Luffy eats a mean two-piece. Luffy gets a hit on Lucci, they clash again, Luffy lands a hit, Lucci gets back again. Then they trade blows before the camera pans out to show Lucci straight bullying Luffy. Luffy is able to exchange hits with Lucci for a little bit before getting uppercutted and getting the roundhouse of doom and despair. Then he gets knocked into the air and then gets kneed down. Then Lucci, god dang bro, I keep forgetting his name. He tries finishing the job, but Luffy dodges, and then he kicks the air at Luffy, but Luffy dodges that as well. But then he's right behind him, so Luffy has to do the quick time event and wraps his leg around Lucci's leg and then tries hitting him. But Lucci tanks it and completely knocks Luffy back. After Luffy gets flung away, he just sits there posing for a while, and then Lucci breaks the silence by grabbing Luffy by his throat with his tail. Kind of weird, honestly. Luffy says he ain't into that and throws Lucci off him, and then tries to combo extend, but Lucci smoothly evades. Then he runs towards Lucci, but little does he know, Lucci is finna light him up. And then Lucci just keeps on shooting him over and over and over again. And then eventually he shoots him the last time, and somehow there's just fire on his hand, which is insane. So after effectively Luffy gets tortured, he gets back up and hits the Gear 2 pose, and then he starts biting his thumb, which when you first see this, it's obviously going to be confusing, but then you see his arm get giant, and this is Gear 3, and I'll explain that in a moment, but he just like punches the crap out of Lucci, punches him through 2 whole buildings. Alright, so basically Gear 3, Luffy bites his thumb, and then he inflates his bones so his hand becomes bigger and he becomes stronger. However, he loses like the speed he gets from Gear 2 in base form. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just cut the video right here because like I gotta go to my uncle's house. Also, I stuttered too much. I'm sorry if this video was kind of buns, bro. Like, it was my first time doing commentary. Let me know if I did good. And, please, like, tell me if y'all want a part 2 or not. You feel me? Hope y'all have a good day.